You know, the first words out of your mouth matter probably more than any other thing that you say. And most people in business, most people in marketing and sales and leadership, they have a tendency not to really pay attention to those. I want you to get this. First words matter in any conversation, in your leadership, in sales, in any communication that you do. And today we're going to go through this really quick, but I want you to understand something. You need to start paying attention to how you're opening up a conversation, how you're opening up a video, how you're opening up anything that you do. Because there's 4 or 5 things we're going to go through real quick that I believe not only going to help you, but it's going to show you exactly what you need to do. The first thing we're going to talk about is your first sentence. Let's say that you go to a party or you go to a meeting or go to even a chamber of commerce or somewhere you're going around people. Your first sentence is emotional framing. It literally will frame everything else you say. And this is one of the reasons why that you have to be very careful, because the first words out of your mouth don't just start a conversation. They tell the other person, to be perfectly blunt, whether this is going to be safe, whether it's going to be emotional, whether it's going to be something that there's warm or something awkward and rushed, or even worth listening to. This is why that your first words out of your mouth, they need to have 3 things. Number 1, they need to have energy. And I'm not talking hype. I'm talking energy that people can feel. Number 2, they need to say something that alerts them that this is going to be a great conversation. And number 3, they need to have presence. Because charismatic people and people with charisma, I'm going to say it over and over and over and over again, they don't want to be heard. They want to be felt as well. Their words, when they impact people, they want to make sure that their words are honestly heard. Your first sentence is the emotional fire. It is the emotional framing of what you're going to say from that point forward. And as you structure a conversation, make a conversation, create a conversation, whatever it is you want to call it, those first words out of your mouth subconsciously will still be the frame that how the person listens to you. And the greatest thing you can do, first words, make it about the individual. This is what I do. When I'm talking in a crowd or anything else, the first words out of my mouth when I start talking with somebody is I focus on them. Why? It draws them in. It's magnetic. And anything I say after that, they're going to listen to. So your first word is an emotional path, an emotional structure, an emotional frame that people listen to. And to be perfectly blunt, it's something that really makes a huge difference. Number 2, most people open conversations with walls, not doors. Did you get that? Most people open conversations with walls, W-A-L-L-S, and not doors. What's the difference between a wall and a door? A wall stops you and a door you go through. What happens is wall conversation, we'll just call it a wall conversation, is bland, lifeless, low energy. It doesn't attract people to listen, to be perfectly blunt. You know the type that it's just a boring conversation. And what happens is it forms a wall of, oh, I got to listen to this guy or I got to listen to this woman. How boring. And what it does, it protects them. Low energy language, to be perfectly blunt, it kind of pulls people back out and protects them from any rejection, but it also blocks curiosity. It blocks warmth and real connection. And this is why that you can't go there. You may be saying, well, yeah, but what if I get rejected? If you do this right, and the first words out of your mouth you make about the person in front of you or the group in front of you, then there's no real reason why they would reject you, because they're going to be rejecting themselves. Did you get that? And that's why that you don't want to be low energy. You don't want to be bland. You don't want to be boring. You don't want to talk about something nobody else talks about. Charismatic people understand you do not want to open a conversation, your first sentence or two, with a wall of low energy, a wall of I'm talking about myself, and a wall of I'm here and I want you to notice me. You're seeking validation and you're seeking all that other stuff. No, do not do that. When you start talking about people, open up with a doorway straight into their heart, straight into their mind, because when you start talking about them and not you, man, suddenly your first words become absolute gold to them. Number 3, magnetic openers, as I'm talking about, magnetic openers make people feel seen, if you will, or make people feel heard, or make people feel like I noticed you. But remember eye connection and versus eye contact. What you want to do is those first words you want to match with eye connection. Because when you're talking with somebody, eye contact is great. What you're saying on an eye contact is, I see you. But when you have eye connection, what you're saying is, I want you to feel my words as well. And eye connection is a deeper type of connection as far as gaze. Magnetic openers make people feel very, very, very paid attention to, if you will, because everybody wants attention. That's your job. Your job is to have directed attention to people, so every conversation they feel connected. The best first sentences create instant connection because they carry presence. They carry specific things that you want to learn about this person in front of you, and they carry an emotional invitation instead of just kind of generic small talk. One of my favorite things to do when I start talking with people, tell me about yourself. And that's it. I will listen and I'll look at them. I'll tilt my head. So, wow, that's amazing. When you do this and your first words focus on the individual or the crowd, folks, people will feel so like you care, like you see them, but most importantly, the person will think to themselves, I really like this person. They're paying attention to me exclusively. You know, that's the beautiful part about charisma, because you can be talking to a crowd, but they still think that you're talking to them exclusively. Magnetic openers make people feel connected, heard, seen very, very fast. So make sure that your openers get their attention. Another thing is, number 4, your tone matters as much as your words. Did you get that? Your tone, the way you sound, your pace, your speed matters as much as your words. And that's something that a lot of people don't understand. If you have a calm way about you, if you have real eye connection and eye contact with a good vocal delivery, what I'm talking about is warm, friendly, focused on somebody, and really having, I'm not above you, I'm with you. It can make an ordinary opener feel powerful. It can make ordinary words literally have impact because they like what they're seeing, they like what they feel, but most importantly, they like you're directing their attention towards the audience, or directing it towards a group, or directing it towards an individual. My mentor said one time, weak energy, Doug, when you first start a conversation, you may as well leave the room after that. He says, because it's tough. He says, it's really tough to make up. When you have a weak opener, when a first sentence that's really weak and does not pull them towards you, they have a tendency to automatically step back and say, who is this person? Or, I don't know if I can stand listening to this person this long. Man, the opener is everything. It says 3 things to you about you. Number 1, this is who I am. This is how I feel about you. And number 3, this is what we're going to be talking about. Those 3 things right there are critical. And the reason for that is pretty simple. Because when you have that working for you, people's listening becomes much, much more dynamic. If you want a deeper relationship, if you want a deeper understanding, if you want a deeper connection, to be perfectly blunt, then what you need to do is you need to upgrade your opening first sentence. That's that simple. People often underestimate how much others need meaningful validation, meaningful interaction. It's up to you to provide that. And your first sentence should connect somebody. They need to feel it and impact them. And it needs to move them in ways that they feel better about themselves when they leave your presence. Your first sentence either opens a door or builds a wall. Most people build walls and wonder why no one's listening. Do not fall for that, because first words matter. And out of your mouth, if you need help with this, watch this video again, because it's going to tell you certain things. We've got videos coming. It's going to tell you exactly what to say. But understanding first words matter in the conversation is critical. Guys, we're doing something special here. As a matter of fact, we're going to build a sizable library of videos, hundreds and hundreds of videos on charisma, on sales charisma, leadership charisma, on marketing charisma, on a lot of different other types of things as well. This place you want to be in, because we're going to teach where nobody else teaches. We're going to teach in a way that's going to move you to increase sales, increase impact, increase leadership, and increase your income. That's our goal. That's where we're headed, and we're going to do that. Like, follow, share, subscribe to this, guys. Listen, subscribe to this channel. It will change your life over time. I promise you. Like, follow, share. Spread the fire.